Oh man, I'm almost out of fireworks again. I think it's time to hunt some creepers. Come on, there is one. Go away, spider. Oh, he despawned. Nice. Come on. I'm so tired of hunting creepers down all the time to get firework rockets. Alright, down here is a bunch. Come on, let me just kill them. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of my survival Minecraft series. Last episode we built this iron farm which you can see behind me, and yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. It looks ugly, I know, but yeah, it's very efficient. And yeah, today we're gonna solve another problem of mine which you saw in the intro, and this is the lack of gunpowder that I have. So as you see here, this is all the firework rockets that I have left so far, or right now. And yeah, I really need to be able to farm gunpowder and sugarcane quicker. But in between the first few episodes, I built this little contraption right here. This is a 0-tick sugarcane farm. It broke because a creeper exploded right next to it, but it farmed a lot of sugarcane for me. Plus I have these sugarcanes up top here, and I have a lot of sugarcane lying around in this chest. And yeah, once in a while I go up here, harvest all the sugarcane. So yeah, sugarcane is not really a problem right now, but gunpowder is. So yeah, today we're gonna build a gunpowder farm. And yeah, the farm we're gonna be building is a design by Logical Geek Boy. The link to his video is of course in the video description. And I think the right place to build it will be somewhere around here. I think right here where the ocean is a little bit deeper. So to reach maximum efficiency we have to build the farm as low as possible in the world. So, oh, and of course have no blocks above it. So yeah, that's why I chose this deep ocean spot. Yeah, it's in the deep ocean biome. And yeah, we're gonna drain all the water and dig down to bedrock basically right here. So yeah, then I don't have to dig that much down, I just have to get rid of the water, which can be a pain, but I think I'll manage to do it. So yeah, let me just fly back real quick to my pyramid, because I prepared some things there which we'll need for this farm. So yeah, here I have one shulker box full of things we need. These four things are for a beacon, because yeah, if I want to dig down to bedrock, I might as well get a haste 2 beacon, so it's a little bit faster. Here I have a lot of wood, and yeah, this is also one of those shulker boxes with a lot of white concrete and lime concrete. This is gonna be the design of the farm. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at all of these things later. first we gotta dig the hole, but before we can dig the hole we need to drain the water. So yeah, let's get into it. So as another cause of preparation, I tried to find an ocean monument and I was successful. So yeah, now I just need to raid it. And I took some precaution, I got some milk, and I took my chest plate out for my god armor, because underwater I don't really need my elytra. And the reason I want to raid this ocean monument is because, of course, of the sponge, but I also want to set up a conduit for before we drain all the water. So yeah, I need some prismarine for that, so let's just go and hunt some of those guardians. So after successfully raiding about 4 ocean monuments, I've got just over 2 stacks of sponge. 2 stacks and 4 sponge. Yeah, and I've also been busy, as you can see here. I've put all the walls up. They're made completely out of glass. I built a little conduit down there so I could breathe underwater while I was doing that. Plus, I was collecting a lot of sand, so I got 6 shulker boxes completely full. This one isn't completely full anymore because I used some for this. And yeah, I hope that this is enough sand for me to put in all the walls to divide the water basically, so it's easier to drain it. So yeah, this is also what I'm going to do next. I'm gonna divide the water. I'm gonna put sand all the way to the other side, and yeah, then I have two white spaces of water which are way easier to drain with sponges than this big area. So yeah, let me just do this and then I'm gonna be back. So sadly all my 6 shulker boxes full of sand are now empty, and it wasn't quite enough, so there's a little bit missing right here, and I left this gap right here where the conduit was, or is. Yeah, but luckily as soon as I drain this one and this one, I can take out this wall right here, and yeah, with every other area of water that I drain, I can take out another wall. So yeah, I shouldn't have to collect more sand. And the great thing is, as soon as this area is completely drained, I get all the sand back. So yeah, then I have 6 shulker boxes full of sand just to use in some other projects. But right now it's time to start draining these little water pockets, and I must say these 2 white pockets are pretty easy to drain. Like this, it's already finished, and now I can just fly out again. I may put down a ladder or something right here, or even a bubble elevator, just so as soon as this one is drained I can take up this wall and then I have access to the bubble elevator again. But yeah, now it's time for me to start draining this area. So at this point of the video there should be a time lapse of me draining all of the water inside of the gunpowder farm, which I recorded with the replay mod. But sadly, while I was trying to edit the replay file and I was just trying to figuring things out, my computer just got a blue screen, and after fixing the computer issue, all of the replay files were corrupted or broken. And yeah, so that's why there's no time lapse. And 2 clips after this one, there should be another time lapse of me digging the hole down to bedrock, which also got corrupted sadly. So yeah, if you ever hear me talking about time lapses in this video, just imagine that they were in the video and that they were great. So as you saw in the last clip of the time lapse, I managed to drain the whole area for the creeper farm, so there's no water left in there. But now comes the tedious part of removing all the stone and every block down to bedrock basically. And to do this I want to set up a beacon, but of course for a beacon I also need a nether store. So that's why I prepared myself 4 soul sand and 3 wither skeleton skulls, so I can show you a little trick how to fight the wither very easily. So you just go to the end underneath the exit portal and right in the center place a block so that there are 2 block gap from the bedrock to this block, and then you just spawn the wither in sideways like this. And as you can see, the 3 heads of the wither are inside of the bedrock. Now the explosion does a little bit of damage, but as you can see he starts dying and it's really loud. I'm gotta turn it down a little bit for this clip. And then you can just hit him with your sword or just wait until he suffocates in the bedrock. But I'm gonna hit it with the sword because that's a little bit faster. And yeah, you can see I'm not taking any damage. It's really just the first explosion that could harm me. Every other explosion or projectile does not harm me at all. And as you saw right there, I've got a wither's head and I've got a nether store. So yeah, and that's without any effort basically. So yeah. So as you hopefully saw in the time lapse, I managed to clear out this whole area. So as you can see down there is the first level of bedrock. Unfortunately I cannot go lower than that. But I decided to fill the bottom of this area in with some concrete powder, so there's black and light grey concrete powder in there. And I think it looks pretty good. And as you can also see down there, there are also slimes spawning. And yeah, one of the chunks, right, I think it's somewhere around here, is a slime chunk. So yeah, I guess we will also have some slimes, or some slime drops coming from this creeper farm. And yeah, and I said hopefully in the beginning of this clip because yeah, I'm just experimenting with the replay mod right now to make time lapses, and I'm not sure yet if I'm able to pull it off this time because yeah, it's my first 2 recordings with the replay mode. So I did one where I clear out all the water, and I did another one where I mined out all the stones and all the blocks down here. And if the time lapses worked, you could also see there was a bent mineshaft right down here, so I explored a little of it, or hopefully most of it, and yeah, I tried to light everything up there, so yeah, that no mobs will spawn in there when we're using the creeper farm. And as you can see, I got a lot of drops from this, or blocks, items, whatever, from the clearing of this whole area. But yeah, now that this is done, I can finally get building the creeper farm. And for this I'm gonna need this shulker box right here and all of these spruce logs. So yeah, let's get building. So as you can see, guys, behind me there are a lot of cats which I am breeding right now, because I need 10 of them for my creeper farm to work, because creepers are of course scared of cats, and we're gonna use this game mechanic to kill the creepers way more efficiently. So yeah, and since I want to have some cats, some spare cats, that's why I have to breed a lot of them. But yeah, as you can see down in this hole, I've started the construction of the creeper farm, and yeah, the outside is pretty much done. Now it's just the spawning platforms which are missing, the roof above the whole thing, and of course the collection system for the items. But yeah, now I want to show you how this farm even works. So if we land right here, we can see I have 2 or 1.5 spawning platforms built. So if we jump down the whole way, yeah, we can also see some tracks for the item collection later on. But yeah, let's just pop in here, and I can explain very briefly how this farm works. So yeah, in here, these are the spawning platforms. There will be 10 of those in this whole farm. So exact 2 blocks between each spawning platform, of course. And yeah, we manipulated these spawning platforms so that only creepers can spawn. And to do that, we placed trapdoors all over the bottom of the spawning platform above, because creepers are not as tall as zombies and skeletons, and I think also witches. So yeah, that's why only creepers can spawn here, because of course the trapdoor takes off a little bit of the space of the height here from this platform. So yeah, only creepers, or so now zombies and skeletons can't spawn. But spiders could still spawn. That's why these carpets are scattered around the whole platform like this. Because spiders need a 3x3 area to spawn in. And yeah, with this placement of the carpets, there is no 3x3 area in which a spider could spawn. So yeah, also no spider spawning. And this means that there is only the creeper left. And yeah, since creepers are scared of cats, we can see we have Oliver right in here, sitting in a minecart in the very center of the spawning platform. And yeah, what will happen is a creeper will spawn, let's say right here. He will see the cat and he will run away from it as far as possible. And that's when all of those trapdoors kick in, because the mob AI of the creeper thinks that all of these trapdoors are closed so that they can walk over it. But since they are not, they will just try to run over to this side where the carpet is, and yeah, just fall down here into the magma blocks. So this is a very common concept that is used in mob farms. So yeah, and then if the creepers land on the magma blocks and die on here, we have a minecart track down here with a minecart hopper, which will collect all the items through the magma blocks. So yeah, this is basically how the farm works. If you want it in more detail, of course, check out Logical Geek Boy's video in the description. But yeah, let me just build this up a little further and then I'm gonna show you the progress that I've made. The creeper farm is finally finished, or mostly finished. As you can see, I built all the spawning platforms, and I even started putting a roof on top of it right here, and I'm gonna show you right now all the spawning platforms. So yeah, these are of course all the same as the first one that I showed you. They all have a cat in the middle, and a minecart, carpets, trapdoors. And yeah, now all that is left to do is remove a little bit of temporary blocks that I had to put up on the side right here to bring in some cats, set up the item collection system, and put on the roof. Oh, and one thing that I want to mention, as you can see, there are slime spawnings down here. So if I just hit F3 and G, you can see the chunk borders, and yeah, this exact chunk that I'm in right now is a slime chunk. So yeah, as you can see, the slime chunk goes up until here. Yeah, so maybe we don't get only gunpowder from this farm, but also a little bit of slime. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue, because the big slimes can't spawn, and I think also the middle ones can't also spawn, so it's only the small ones, which will then eventually fall down here as well. So yeah, but I need to keep that in mind, because yeah, for the item collection I need to put up a filter of some sort. I think yeah, this trapdoor needs to be closed, of course. And yeah, I think it came out pretty cool. Let me just finish it up, and yeah, then it should be ready to run. It is done, guys, it is done. The creeper farm is completely finished, and so is also the AFK spot for the creeper farm, which is right where I'm standing right now. So it's not directly above the farm, because this would slow down the rates a little bit. So it's a little bit to the side and a little bit closer to our iron golem farm, which we built in the last episode, just so the creeper farm and the iron golem farm would be loaded at the same time. And yeah, if I go AFK right here, I can farm iron and gunpowder. So yeah, as you can see, I also put in the roof, and this is a very expensive roof. It's made out completely out of quartz, and yeah, it has this little pole in the middle, and I plan on putting a creeper head on top of there. But yeah, sadly creeper heads are one of the few heads in the game that are hard to come by, or in my world at least, because I've got the more mob heads data pack installed. So as you can see, slime and all the other heads are very easy to obtain, but all the heads that are originally in the game, like the skeleton head, zombie head, and the creeper head, those are still very hard to obtain, and of course the wither skeleton head. but yeah, that's another story. So yeah, as you can see, I still got my mess here, so I have this task left to do, so this needs to be cleaned up. Also to get rid of all the cats, so move them somewhere else. But yeah, if we now jump down here, we've got these little bubble elevators sucking us down into this room right here, which I built. And I'm not sure if it's completely finished yet, but I'm out of ideas what to do in here. So yeah, maybe something needs to go on these two walls because they're a little bit blank. But yeah, so right here we got 15 double chests worth of storage for gunpowder. So I think that should be more than enough. And yeah, we can still expand it if we need to. And over here we got another 15 double chests, but not for gunpowder. I plan on building a sugarcane farm also somewhere in this area, so that if I go AFK and I can farm sugarcane and gunpowder, so this is like a rocket factory. And of course we have the craft table with the lever on top to switch off the farm if we ever need to. But yeah, that's all that is down here. And yeah, if we go down here we can see a little bit of the farm, or actually most of it. Down there we can also see the collection system and a lot of beds, but yeah, we don't bother with the beds because yeah, beds and creepers have a different mob cap, so yeah, the beds aren't really a problem right here. And as you can also see, I don't think I've shown this yet, down there's a lot of glass on the floor just to prevent mob spawning. I could also have used like string or half slabs or anything, but since I put this little pattern in the bottom where the bedrock is, I want to be able to see this, and yeah, that's why I chose glass. So yeah, now there's just some, I think 2 tasks left to do. One of course is cleaning up on top of here and getting rid of this platform so that it just looks clean. And the second one is lighting up all the caves and yeah, just making everything except the creeper farm spawn proof. But yeah, those are 2 tasks that I need to do off camera. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This episode took a lot of time to put together. So yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Goodbye.